Not fungible, wonderful, we on. That NFT crypto I be on. Charged up, looking neon. SpaceX got a demon. In the metaverse for an eon. New worlds where we be on. Neuralink Caribbean. In the Tesla X that got me lying. NFTs in the building. Crypto for my children. Market cap on Elon. Man, that Tesla stock worth $1 trillion. Yeah, that green candle went parabolic. Put a paper hand in a whirlwind. You'll see what we on in the metaverse to the world is. Not fungible, wonderful, we on. That NFT crypto I be on. Charged up, looking neon. SpaceX got a beam on. In the metaverse for an eon. New worlds where we be on. Neuralink Caribbean. In the Tesla X that got me lying. I feel invincible, I feel immutable. Negative vibes don't want nothing to do with you. Feeling wonderful, life is so beautiful. Gotta thank God, just see what he do for you. If you're not fungible, there won't be two of you. Okay, they fighting, but don't let it ruin you. Rock it like Elon whenever it's suitable. I love my NFTs, they so beautiful. Not fungible, wonderful, we on. That NFT crypto I be on. Charged up, looking neon. SpaceX got a beam on. In the metaverse for an eon. New worlds where we be on. Neuralink Caribbean. In the Tesla X that got me lying. On a rocket, like a rocket, like a rocket, on a rocket, like a rocket, like a rocket, on a rocket, like a rocket, like a rocket, on a rocket, like a rocket. Not fungible, wonderful, we on. That NFT crypto I be on. Charged up, looking neon. SpaceX got a demon. In the metaverse for an eon. New worlds where we be on. Neuralink Caribbean. In the Tesla X that got me lying.
Yo, welcome to the stream. Welcome in, everybody. I hope you're doing good today on this beautiful day or night, depending on what part of the world you're in. And let me know where you guys are tuning in from. I'm going to turn that down just a wee bit. That Tokidoki. Yeah, I hope you guys are doing good today. Let me know where you're tuning in from, and welcome to the channel. We're going to be taking a look at the market today, so I'm going to go ahead and switch over to the screen in just a minute. But I'm going to allow for everybody to get into the stream today. I'm going to go ahead and tweet this out real quick. Where are my peeps at, man? Where are the peeps at? Let's get it today. Got the Aston Martin. Kind of dipped, man. We're going to take a look at that. We're going to take a look at how well the Superman has been performing as of late. Yo, Top Killer, welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining in. Kiana. Yo, we got Occlusion Gang in the house. Yo, what's going on, Kay? Hope you're doing good. Corsica. Tokidoki Gang. All right, so we'll take a look. We're taking a look at the Aston Martin today. This is a secret rare. Yeah, let me turn off this app. I'm gonna turn this music down as well because I can't hear myself think. So yeah, the store price 1,007 went up to basically as high as 10,000. It's been petering around. It's been moving around from 7 to 8,000, and now it is down to 6,400. Supply has kind of shot back up a little bit, so I think this one's definitely in a dip right here. So we'll see. People just taking profits probably just for the next drop, and we'll see what happens with the Aston Martin secret rare. Excuse me. The secret rare, the other secret rare, the limited 7 editions. This one's at look, 0 previously sold. So I can't imagine whoever's like the people that got this one. I can't imagine this one's gonna sell for $400,000. I mean, it could, but I think it's gonna be a while before anything like that happens. But it is Aston Martin. It's a premium car brand, so we have Hello K representing from the Brits, man. Kay, if you're still in here, drop in the chat what you think about the Aston Martin, how it could perform possibly. Top Killer, yo, welcome. So yeah, let's take a look at the Superman as well. I actually haven't looked at the Superman in a second, but it looks like just based on the side here, we're looking at 3,300. So this one maybe possibly found a floor around that 3K area. And listings have kind of gone back down. So maybe we'll see Superman do something here in the short term. But it looks like it may have bottomed out, but we'll see. Still kind of waiting on the market to figure itself out. Cherry charts, we're going to look at those real quick. Now it does look like the comics and collectibles have from yesterday went to 1.23, today 1.21. So we're kind of fluctuating in there, but it is doing better than last week. So we have noticed a little bit of an uptick, as well as crypto. We're going to take a look at my Twitter just real quick. Crypto in general has upticked as well. I'm going to see if I can find my tweet here. It says crypto market cap jumps back to 2 trillion since August 2021. So that kind of shows you kind of where the overall crypto market is. We have the OMI token. It has kind of gone flat right here. We're starting to see this kind of slight 45-degree angle ish the last couple days. Obviously, it went to this like super low right in here, around in the in between 0.003, 0.002. Now it's gone back up, of course, and it's now it's moving kind of sideways. So this, I suspect, will it's definitely consolidating. Obviously, I expect this thing to I expect the OMI token to fully recover. So I think it will go back to previous levels. So we'll see on that. Illuvium, I still watch Illuvium pretty closely. As I said, I thought this one was bottomed out, and for sure it was bottomed out, and it went back up. So, if you bought in around there, good job, you did well. I did some alert videos, both on OMI and ILV, and so if you're able to pick up those dips, you did great. ILV's over 500, now it's at 600. So, the calls we did were, I think, 10 days ago, 11 days ago. So, when I was saying I was bullish on these tokens, now bullish for me is a different outlook and opinion than regular investors. When I say bullish, I mean it's at a low, and that's what I mean when I'm bullish, right? That means that this coin or this token or ticker, whatever I'm looking at, it has no choice, or there's not much it can do but go up. So when we're in a bear market, that's when I'm bullish, right? I'm not bullish in a bull market, because that's when I'm looking at maybe potentially taking profits off the table, depending on what project it is. But you take a look at these two charts right here. Let me see if I can bring it back over to the right so everybody can see here. But look at this, how very similar this is. Like, look at this one right here. We see OMI drop, move sideways, go up. Now look at ILV, drop sideways. Now is it going to move up? So that's going to be the question when they release the game. Now there is a token unlock coming up here pretty soon, April, March. I think it's in into March here. So I am taking a close look at that to see what happens. So this could be potentially another good area to pick up some ILV at a lower price. If this thing does go to, maybe it's goes back to a low from the token unlock, that's still going to be a good area to buy in. So I am taking a close look at this. I will be following this one pretty closely. As you guys know, with ILV, you do earn staking rewards for staking this token. So I am, as an investor, taking a look at that. With OMI token, this is a long-term project for me. This is something I'm holding some of, because with the OMI utility program and the master collectors program, I'm taking these two programs very seriously for getting it into more NFTs. So people that are selling off their NFTs, they're going to lose these master collector points and lock themselves out of future gains. So it's important to recognize and how to set yourself up, not for when the price is like right here. You want to set yourself up when the price is up here, several years down the road. or whatever brands they drop in the future. So you want to lock your gains in. You want to set your future self up for success and not just always be in the short term. So that's my outlook and my opinion on it. When, like I said, once again, when we're in a bear market, that's when I start getting bullish, because that's when I can start putting money into the market, knowing that really there's only a couple of ways it can go up. Even with the global crisis and things going on, I am taking a close look at that, though. I'm not going to discount that at all. I'm definitely going to be monitoring the markets very, very closely. This is the time. This is the proper time to do that. It's a proper time to monitor everything very, very close. It's very appropriate. And it's you should definitely do your due diligence. It's not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Disclaimer, blah, blah, blah. But you get the idea. You get the picture of that. So I'm not going to go too much into detail, because I think that pretty much explains it all. You know, when markets are down, keep an eye on it, especially if you are a trader or a new trader or newer investor. It's always a good idea. So going back to Ecomi Wiki, we're going to take a look at Simon says, can you look up Batman 86? We sure can. The Becky Cloonan. Becky is performing. The bottom for this one was 1200 and it's back up to 1800. So it looks like some of these collectibles are starting to find floors. It's slowly showing signs of recovery once again, going back to this here, and you can even see that the collectibles market last week was down, and it's improving, going back to that 1 billion market cap. Comics have actually slid, so comics have actually slid a little bit. It was at 215. It looked like it was going to recover. And then it actually went back down below 215. So comics not performing so hot under the heat here. So collectibles holding pretty good value, considering, you know, if you actually look here, 1.49, 1.2, just under a bill, and almost back at a bill. So when we look at that, we can kind of see that these collectibles are consistently holding value in a downturn. This is something very important to note in a market like today, is because could be future indication of what could happen in the future in terms of the overall market, not picking out single collectibles or picking out single comics or anything like that, because we know some of these comics, we know some of these collectibles are going to be obviously super valuable. But when we look at the macro trend of this is very important to notate for the future, and where you should be putting your money in as not only a retail, you know, investor, or you're a smaller investor or a whale. This is definitely something to take note of. You know, there's going to be a lot of people zooming in on this, and definitely notating this for the future, for when things aren't so hot and there maybe is the threat of a recession. How are these comics and collectibles going to perform against each other? And I think that's very important to note. So moving on to the next one. Let's see here. Tomorrow, hello Kyle, love your content regarding that Todd and Aston question. These days, I would not dare play with Todd to flip or the Aston Martin long term. Todd is Todd. What do you think? Batman movie? Yeah, Michael Vision in the house. Welcome to the channel. Yeah, I 100% agree. It's not one for me to speculate on Todd at all. I wish, I still had both of mine. I only got two, but I did. The only trade I made was I sold one of my Todds for 2 Steamboat Willies, which in turn I sold one of my Steamboat Willies, and I also bought 2 Nightwings, which I still think will do very well long term. Now this one is, I think it's found its floor around here, 65, 66, in between 65 to 75. I think it's going to go back up over 7,000 here pretty quick if the market fully recovers. Now, yeah, I'm not one to speculate. Look at Todd performing very well. Somebody bought one for 50 grand. Now it was the number 54 serial or mint number, if you will. So with that being said, I think Todd's going to continually do well. It's something I wouldn't bet against. It's like a Bitcoin. You just don't want to bet against a Bitcoin Todd McFarlane. It's just not something I would recommend. I would not recommend flipping a Todd for really anything unless you absolutely know what you're doing. You have to be very skilled to do stuff and flip grails for grails and things like that, and consolidate, you know, and make more money, right? There's only a few people that know how to do that, and I don't recommend it for new people, new traders, or new flippers. It's just not something I'll ever recommend unless you know what you're doing. If you're in the top 5% in the app right now, then yeah, you're probably doing fine. But most people aren't top 5%. Now the way I used to trade and the way I will trade on future VeVe app is going to be very concise, very precision. Especially as these charts mature out and there's less speculation and we get more drops. I will be trading a lot more in the future, and this is something I'm going to take very serious to put a lot of gains on the table. So I did this with the stock market. I've done it with Forex. I don't really like Forex because there's a lot of manipulation that goes on with currencies, but with the stock market, it's a little bit less, you know, it's less speculation and more regulated. So I do like to trade stocks a lot more. And even crypto. So crypto is very fun, easy to get gains if you know what you're doing. So I will be taking all my experience into trading, doing more swing trading when it comes to VeVe collectibles. Like I said, as this market matures out on the VeVe app, you know, there's still speculation, still influencers, still people influencing some select collectibles, and even you know, even I guess minor influencers still also affect, you know, market prices, and these, like, you know, whales that are in the app as well. They have built up little social media followings and like private groups. That's something I don't like to see. I think it's cool to have fan clubs. I think it's cool to be a fan of, like, let's say Todd McFarlane. I think that's cool. And if everybody's like bullish on the same collectible, I'm cool with that too. It's just when you start to do, you know, weird stuff and, you know, artificially pump things, I really don't like that. You know, I don't like that because it just reminds me of crypto, the dark days of crypto, and really it still happens, right? So it's really not any regulation for that, but it's just something I don't like and I'll never do. So now I will say I like collectibles, right? That's just a fan in me, but, you know, that's just another story. So, hey, we appreciate you. You're welcome. You're welcome. Good morning. Your opinion on rabbits and if they will ever breed. I think they will breed. I just don't know when they will ever roll that out. That mechanism they're gonna have to build into the app. I don't know if it's something VeVe wants to do currently with how busy their roadmap is and how many things they need to roll out. We're talking about, we're talking about Immutable X. We still need to fully roll that out. We're talking about MTL, still needs to be fully rolled out. We're talking about OMI utility program, that still needs to be rolled out. Master Collector still needs to be fully rolled out. So those are the big four that they're still working on while simultaneously scaling the app. So I think in terms of the Labbits breeding, I don't think that's going to be on the top end of their roadmap, their current development roadmap, if you will. So that I don't think we'll see for a while, So, but in the meantime, it could give people that are holding Labbits a little bit more time to accumulate those if that's something you're interested in. But I just don't see that as being something that's going to happen very soon. Yeah, looks like DW says, yeah, looks like the VeVe market settled, in my opinion. Yeah, I think so. Let me see here. All right, there we go. Just want to make sure I can hear the music. Sometimes it plays like some other random track, so I want to make sure that's good to go. Exactly, thank you. I will hold Todd long term, slow and steady organic growth. Enjoy your stream, man. Hey, appreciate you. Thanks for joining, man, and thanks for being a subscriber to the channel. I know the chat is subs only, and I highly appreciate everybody for tuning in. Actually, I want to make this little chat screen a little bit bigger so you guys can see it on the actual screen here because I was having a little trouble going back through my streams and reading that on the replay. But yeah, man, I appreciate you. Literally everybody that's been so supportive of my channel the past year. My VeVe birthday was actually technically yesterday, so heck yeah, let's go. I didn't even tweet about it, but I forgot until I just saw the date today. Everything's been so distracting lately with the market, everything going on in the world. Man, my heart has absolutely been broken for what has, transpired, in Eastern Europe. I just been really sad to see what I've been seeing on the TV. So anyways, my VeVe birthday, yes, was yesterday. Forgot to do a tweet. But yeah, so Goofy prediction. So this is what I checked out the other day on one of my streams, was the Goofy. This one, like I said, I didn't expect this one. This one actually dipped a little bit more. It was at 2,000. It's down to 1,750. Now, I think long term, I think Goofy is going to go back up. I think Goofy is looking at finding a floor, which is very goofy to say. Puns intended. Absolute full puns intended here on the stream today. It's goofy that I'm looking at a grown man. I'm 32 years old looking at collectibles, and that's pretty goofy, and I love it. I love all of it. Yeah, I think Goofy... Now, he's going to be one of those that people are going to do speculations. I think people are going to... there's going to be fandoms kind of around Goofy, I think. It's still the very first Goofy NFT ever. It's a first edition Goofy. I think he'll do fine. I think he'll do fine, but I think as those other drops roll out, you start to see these big brands. When people are holding this Goofy, I think he'll do fine. I think, but in these like drops with big brands, I think he'll continue. I think he'll always dip, and I think that's what we'll see with some of these like, bluer chips, if you will. I think Goofy is kind of a blue chip in my opinion, even though he's not like worth 10,000 or gems or anything crazy. But I still think it's a good pickup for like a super long-term hold. But I just see some of these collectibles still taking a little bit of a hit every time a big brand or big IP rolls out on the drop, because that's going to be reshuffling of gems and things like that, which is always going to be a good time to buy in, things like that. So it's almost a reverse trend that people should be watching for people that are serious about trading. Doesn't look like Selfie King S says, doesn't look like exchanges are coming anytime soon, probably Q3, Q4, the way the team moves. Yeah, I speculated. Well, I think that I think maybe they're waiting on the full Immutable X rollout. I think they're putting maybe the final pieces together there, and then we'll start to see exchanges after that. But yeah, it's tough to say. I think VeVe has everything, and Ecomi has on their end probably all the things like mostly dialed in as far as exchanges, or the next exchange rather. I know there's a big application process. This is something that back in the day was far more transparent in terms of how exchanges operated. Back then, and they would just tell you that the applications were pretty not super public, but they were just kind of more well known than the process than today. Basically, the public doesn't really know how it operates. But I've been in crypto so long, there's like this whole application process. There's like an audit. The bigger the exchange, the bigger the process, right? For like Binance or whatever. And I get coins get listed on there that are like randos, but it is what it is sometimes. But yeah, I think that, especially I think nowadays they might charge, which is kind of ridiculous. Like they charge a lot now for a listing, I think. So I think, which is, versus back then, it was much cheaper to get listed. And nowadays things are just kind of a little bit silly in the crypto land. All the best. Cheers to another year. The Cray Mountain says, hey, Cray Mountain, I appreciate you. You're one of the OGs of old and been around the community forever, man. So appreciate that and thank you. B says, love the insight, man. Love the insight. Thanks, man. Hey, appreciate it, B. let's take a look at some other collectibles. I know we got the drop coming up. We'll actually take a look at that in 2 seconds. We're gonna take a look at this. This one's really not a big drop, you know. It's really not a big drop. So let's see here. We got the Ultimo Lives. This is the first appearance of like Peggy or whatever, Peggy Carter. Which is Agent Carter here. But this is Tales of Suspense 77. We can take a look at the price of this. Go collect and see what this one's running for. There's not a 9.8 on this one because I think I have to have a subscription. So 9.6, 2,400 bucks. So this one's not like a super insane, like super valuable comic. But yeah, if you do get the secret rare, you know, it's gonna fetch a little premium. It's not gonna be worth like 10,000 gems or anything like that, but it's gonna be, you know, this one's definitely, if you like Agent Carter, you like Peggy Carter, I think that's a good pickup. This is kind of a cool cover, you know, the romance, you know, encapsulates that and portrays their relationship. You know, obviously the first Captain America movie, we saw them, you know, have a relationship. So, and then also this has obviously Iron Man as well. But yeah, so with that being said, the secret rare is going to be definitely a nice one. I don't even think the ultra rare is going to be super crazy. I think this one's just going to be a cool collectible to have, you know, and that's about, you know, as far as gems go. Now, like I said, secret rare is going to be a cool one to have. Is it a must? You know, that's going to depend on you and your situation and how many gems you have. But that should show you kind of like what's going on in terms of the collectible there. I think that 9.8 would probably be, you know, maybe double that, you know, or maybe less than that, like so like 3 or 4 grand probably. I don't know what, there's no 9.8 right here, so I can't see what it would actually go for. So that's the 9.6. 11 sales at, you know, around that 24, you know, price level, and that's going to be the highest it went for. So let's see here. Much love, appreciate you. Love your interviews with Paul Barron. Got any more lined up? Currently nothing yet, but you know, if I do, I'll definitely tweet it out and let everybody know. So which make sure you are following me over here on the Twitter so you don't miss any updates. Just Tiger Wilson, like the animal, and then Wilson like the beach volleyball but with 2 L's. So so yeah, just follow me over there on Twitter. Let's see if we can pull this back up here. All right, so any other collectibles that you guys want to look at here on while I am live, while you guys got me? By the way, Tyrod, thanks for subbing. We got Adraldero, thanks for subscribing. 101 Crypto Sunny, thanks for subscribing. And Kryptoni, thanks for that dono a couple streams ago, much appreciated. Also, consider joining the YouTube membership. I also have a Patreon as well. You guys are more than welcome to join that too. I think my YouTube membership is much cheaper. I think it's like as much as a cup of coffee per month. So if you like to support, you want to buy me a coffee, then join that YouTube membership. It's only like $2.99, which is super cheap. Okay, so Joker, like, yeah, let's take a look at Joker. We definitely have the Batman movie coming up, and who knows? You know, who knows what DC is gonna do in the DC verse. FA Joker, let's see what he's doing. We got the FA Joker performing. I think he found his floor around that. Obviously, we've seen a big run up to, you know, almost 2,000 gems. He was highly disrespected for a while, but yeah. So I think he's found somewhat of a good floor there around 800. And I think he'll continue. This Dick Sprang Joker is pretty cool too. Also looked like he might have found a floor. He was in between 3 and 400. I think he'll accumulate just because it's a cool one to have. It's still in S. It's still one of the first, you know, Jokers. I think it's in the same set if I remember right. Let's see if it shows what set he was in here. Yeah, so these two Jokers were dropped at the same time. So even though this one says FA, this one's still, we don't really know. Like, they dropped at the same time. So, I mean, who knows what one could speculate in the future. So anyways, we'll take a look at as well as some of the other black and whites, because I haven't actually checked these out in a second. Robin, 149. 12,800. First appearance of Damian Wayne Robin here. This is a Damian Wayne Robin, quite different from the Carmine Infantino Robin. Carmine Infantino ran up to 4K, back down to 1,600. Definitely a floor there because there's only 29 listed. Listings that fell off. This one's gonna squeeze. Let me take a look at the Black Panther real quick, actually, because I've been tracking this pattern here. All right, we're gonna pull up the secret rare, and just as suspected here, Black Panther is has upticked. So this was what I was speculating, that when we saw a consistent. Now listings have gone up a little, so maybe that is kind of a little concerning, though. Not much, just a few, just a couple listings. So I'll be watching this one pretty closely and seeing if the if this basically drops a little bit or goes up. So we'll continue to monitor the secret rare Black Panther. I think on Paul's stream, it was at $16.99. When we saw these, you know, this go sideways in the price, but the price was going sideways as well, and it was actually lower. So I'm interested to see what happens with the Black Panther here. I think people are going to speculate on Black Panther quite a bit until there's other big IPs that drop, and then I think that's going to be a good time to possibly pick up Black Panther. So I'm going to continue to watch this one. I'm not going to get into it just yet. I think I'm going to continue to speculate a little bit on it as well from a trading standpoint and a trading side. Thank you for looking them up. You the man. Hey, Michael, appreciate it. No problem. No problemo. Wonder if Todd will have a pump with the new Batman film, Thinking Face. So, yeah, I think Todd has really not much of a choice, you know. I just don't see Todd dipping too much, you know. He's got some support level around, 57, 55, around that 6,000 area. So I don't see Todd necessarily doing too much dipping. And yeah, with the Batman movie, it's going to depend a lot on market health and market sentiment. So I know I'm like speculating on what these collectibles could do, but it's always going to be looking at the macro economy of the world and what's going on. So thank you all for looking them up. You the man. Just got the Black Panther UR. Yeah, that Black Panther UR is still good. I mean, the second movie is coming out. It's 420. Listings are kind of upticking slightly, or just around the same. I mean, really. 420, between 380 to 420. It's going sideways on that. So a lot of collectibles are moving sideways. It's interesting to see. We're going to take a quick look at Nightwing as well. Nightwing dropped all the way down to 1,400. Definitely some disrespect on Nightwing for sure. Back up to 1,700 though. So we'll see what happens with Nightwing in this next coming week. All right. Drop in the chat what other collectibles everybody wants to look at. I mean, there's a lot on the app. We can take a look at a lot. Almo Valenti. Thanks for welcome to the Red Circle Army, fam. Welcome to that Red Circle Army. Happy to have you on the channel as a subscriber. Welcome to the fam. Yo, we got another. Can we get another one? Maybe it just played the noise twice on my headphones. Okay. We can just go down the list and look. What other premium collectibles? So there's Spider-Man. We can take a look at the blue chips. By the way, if you're new coming into the app and you want to collect a cheap set, take a look at the Steve Rogers 2D. This is cheap. It's only 170 gems, some odd gems around that price. But I mean, this is a set. So, dang, I wonder who bought that. Serial number 3000 for 456 gems. Anyways, this one is a set. It's a ultra rare and it's a set in itself. So I believe you get a set bonus and the ultra rare bonus and a collectible bonus or whatever. Or yeah, there's a couple of different bonuses. So kind of nice, cheap one. You know, if you like that nice set badge or whatever, you like that nice little, you know, you like to collect sets. That's a good one. Common, a jaunty jig. Take a look at this one. This one is chopped off quite a bit. 18,000. Look at this run up. Cup and handle pattern 101. This is one of my favorite patterns in trading right here. And it happened with the Steamboat Willie. You got the cup and handle right here. Cup, handle, boom, rocket chip. Of course, you want to take profits, you know, at the top here, right? Because this was after a big run up, then it usually, you know, consolidates, goes back down. Price discovery. Let's see with the this one, same pattern here. Crazy. Serial number 97 sold for 2,900. With that being said, kind of shows you signs of where collectors are at. What they're eyeballing and stuff like that. So interesting. Yes. Thank you for subscribing. Nightwing is super aesthetic. Yeah, the Nightwing is one of the best collectibles on the app, hands down. With the modeling goes and everything, it's one of the best looking ones for sure. It just looks like hardcore, right? Looks pretty sick. Like he really is about to like club somebody with his clubs. Let's see here. Let me pull back my chat. Harley, FA Bruce Tim, and FA Spider-Man rare, the one that looks like the SR. All right, so we will look those up real quick. We got that FA Harley Quinn. This one ran up to 1,100, 1,200. One sold, a low mint sold at 1,300. This one around 547. This one definitely will be long run a good one to have for sure. Especially the prices now. Not bad at all. And we'll take a look at the Spider-Man. Yeah, Harley Quinn, one of the most popular characters in DC, in the Batman universe. One of the top sellers as well, so. Spider 2099. So I knew a lot of people were going to speculate on this one, and I knew people were going to try to ape into this. which is why I stayed away from it, far away. Too many people were trying to get rich on this one, and I knew this was going to happen. I think that collectors are going to accumulate on this collectible. This one's more of a niche Spider-Man, so yeah, I knew that was going to happen with Spider-Man. People that, you know, are hardcore speculating just because we've seen the performance of Spider-Man in the past. Ben Riley, went from, dang, it's knocked off like almost half. That's insane. Has knocked off half, basically. Let's see if we can look up the rare real quick. We got ultra rare, secret rare. Secret rare is doing pretty terrible. But I mean, considering, I mean, it did run up to 100K and it's less than half now. So definitely a huge dramatic drop for sure. But, you know, a lot of speculation in this one, and supply, there's only 55 listed. So I believe that one's going to squeeze. It looks like there's a squeeze happening right here between listings and price. So we'll see what happens on that one. This one here, the rare 970. Listings are pretty low. I mean, really, it's hanging around the lows, like as far as listings go. This one could be a nice little pickup right there. Went to over 2,000, so I could see that one picking back up its previous gains. Now we may experience like somewhat of a lull, like we've been seeing on the chart here on the OMI chart. So we notice all-time highs on the app, and now it's curving back. This is like similar to what we're seeing on OMI, right? And these collectibles, what they're doing is now they're like in this period. So we're gonna see like more natural growth on these collectibles as these drops happen, right? So I think that's gonna cause a little bit of like, I think the values are gonna go back up, but I don't think they're gonna go back to their all-time high for like a while, right? I think it's gonna take a little bit more organic movement for them to go back up long term. So that's what I think is going to happen. That's what I see most of the time with other markets outside of NFTs is you see, you know, a big run up in the beginning, you know, a lot of hype and a lot of excitement, correction, and then you got this organic type movements that is built off of organic and not hype, right? And you start to see this like this right here, and then over time it just does this because that organic mixed with more people coming in, more people getting bullish, you know, deflating. And I think, you know, obviously with OUP coming out, some of these collectibles will deflate. You know, they will be burnt by some of the wells. That's on Penguin, says Fraser Crane. Let's go ahead, let's take a look at some Penguin. Penguin is one of those FAs and one of those collectibles that there's only one Penguin in the whole black and white set. So I do see this one being a nice pickup. I would have picked him up around 600, but at 860, you know, closer to 800 is what I would pick him up, like 6 to 7, maybe even 8. Now this one did run up to 1,400. I don't think this one's gonna have like now look at the listings though, like only 54. So not a whole lot here. We could see a supply shock. I think collectors are gonna start maybe accumulating this one. This one's gonna be a one to closely watch and monitor on the daily to see what's going on with this one if you're interested in Penguin. Yeah. Big Reso says wave function. We're 20 minutes out from the drop. No worries. It's not a super big drop today. Let's see here. Big man Reso at 12,500. Let's see. 12,500. Listings are dropping back off. Now would probably be a good time to buy Reso, I would imagine, just because the listings are pretty low. And look what happened the last time listings were pretty low. You know, you had this huge run up. So Reso could be a good one. If you get the gems, not a bad deal. Excited to join. Almo Valenti says, excited to join. What's your take on inked stories and their physical? Inked stories, is that the Eve one or whatever? Yeah, so this one, that decon, I think the physical, matching the physical, I think that is the future, right? Especially for independent, creators and artists. I think that's a good move. I think that that gets me excited about the future of collectibles for sure. That one's around 1,000. I think that one will continue to do well. I think there's going to be like a little club and fandom around that, especially Mighty Jacks in general as well. Can you look up Valentine golden moments? Like, you mean like golden moments in general? Let's see. We can look at the Homer, see what he's been doing. He's been up to, other than being, violent. Let's see. He's at a floor price 1,200 to 1,300. Listings are pretty low. Yeah, this one's not too bad. Not this one. This one would be a good pickup for people that have that aren't whales but have enough gems to possibly get into like more of a blue chip. I think this one's that would be a great one for sure. I sold my Disney stuff and got important FA pieces from Batman Black and White collection. I just feel better long-term hold on them. It says Michael Vision. Yeah, so that's interesting. I think that's what excites me about the app. So, I think that the community sometimes gets super this collectible versus this collectible. And it's no. It's this is exciting for the ecosystem of Ecomi, VeVe, and the community. And it gets me excited. It doesn't make me, I don't know why people pick sides this versus that, you know what I mean? You saying that actually gets me pumped up and excited, because that shows me the maturity of the app. And it's people are excited about one thing or the other. And that stuff gets me excited, from a collector and investing standpoint. So it's like Pokemon, it's this Pokemon versus this. It's well, I guess that's a bad example. Did you collect any comic books? Yeah, I collected some for sure. I collected ones I thought. I just collected a lot of common covers just because, mining those master collector points. I bought ones that I felt were cheap. One of the last Marvel drops, I forgot the guy's name already, but people were selling them for under 8 gems, and I was like, yo, I'm gonna pick up a few of those. So I bought a few just because people are selling for basically under, they're only making 50-cent profit. So I was like, I'll take those all day. I'm gonna eat those, nom nom nom, because those are valuable master collector points, and also, those comics could be burnt over time. So I think that it's wise to ape into some cheap comics for sure. So I just bought a limit Labicorn. I'll let you know how that works out when we're off app and breeding them. Yeah, those are going to be pretty cool, especially the Labicorn. Those are nice. Those are definitely my favorites, and I knew those would do really well. I actually made good money flipping those. Excuse me. And I hate Labbits. That's hilarious. I love that. Kyle, how do you get one of those red rings? Are you talking about the red ring right back here in my setup, or what do you mean on the red rings? Is that what you mean, or just the emoji? Oh, because the red rings that, there's a couple ways you can get it. So you can, if you want the badge here on my channel, you can actually just join the membership, I've seen some other YouTubers implement that same badge on their channel, which is kind of funny, but it's all good. It's all good. It transcended, right? But yeah, if you want like a red circle badge, you just join the YouTube membership for like less than a cup of coffee per month, at least Starbucks coffee. You can get one of those, or you can just, I think like Kryptoni, I think probably manually put that in his name, his screen name, or whatever. Yo, Daniel Marquez in the chat. Yo, man, what's going on? Thanks for joining in. Yo, Kid Rolla, what's going on, man? How is, let me know how you're doing on the Epico Regal. I know you've been jamming out on that app, so let me know how that goes. We're definitely going to be streaming some Epico Regal gameplay here pretty soon, so be on the lookout for that. I think people are going to have a lot of fun with that. I've been trying to get people into the whole gaming, ecosystem in the NFT space, but it hasn't taken off yet on my channel. I think people aren't really interested in that just yet, but I think when Epico Regal rolls out, I think more people are going to be interested in that type of, genre, if you will. Thanks, dude. May have to finally get my Reso. It seemed impossible to me this time last year, what a year can do, for sure. Yeah, a year's time is insane, man. And happy birthday to everybody that's, OG, birthday's coming up, whatever. Yeah, so Lady and the Tramp, let's take a look. Lady and the Tramp, I was actually curious about this one the other day. This one, a lot of sideways movement really all around the board on this one. 7,777 listings. It's around 700, went up all the way 12. This one I would definitely wait and see what happens here in the next couple weeks on this one. This one I wouldn't make too many big moves. If I would just wait and see kind of thing on this. Not really any pattern going on. Maybe collecting a lower mint is the move. If you can snipe some low mints, I think that's the move on this one. I don't think this one doesn't really have any good patterns for me to really to look at, right? So I'm gonna monitor this one, and that's what I'm gonna do. But, if listings start going down and price remains the same, I might scoop one, but I think I need to see a little bit more out of Lady and the Tramp. I think it's still a good one from a Disney perspective to have. I think that's gonna hold some value there. So Goofy and Pluto lenticular cards are looking interesting. Might be a 30-day delisting, but both dropped by almost 100 in supply. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, those two, definitely. I see him next to people's names. Oh, like the red circles, you mean? Yeah, it's like, so like, my channel members say their names are green in the chat, and then they have badges. So that's one way, and the other way you have to manually just put the actual emoji in your name on YouTube. So there's a couple ways you can do that. Michael Vision says MC1 common long-term prediction. I was not aware of it before VeVe. Let's see, we can take a look. Type slower so the search engine can pick it up here. Oh, there it is. Yeah, so this one price dropped, listings went up. It's kind of a reverse trend here from it holding really well and reversed. So very interesting to see that reverse like that. Could be potentially a good price to pick up right now. Both the Marvel Comics #1 and Spider-Man. I think long term it'll do great. I think this is easily worth over 100K in my opinion. It's the very first Marvel Comics in real life and the very first Marvel Comics NFT ever. So as far as Marvel Comics, and it's like what? It was dropped like right after Spider-Man basically. I've been using this. Didn't know you were the originator. Legend. Hey, yeah, appreciate that, Kryptoni. Yeah, we started that movement last year. It was a lot of it was just good and fun, organic, and it wouldn't have been possible without the community. I was just like dropping emojis and stuff on Twitter, and you know, people picked it up and were smart enough to put it in their name, and I was like, duh, like, and so I did too, and it just took off from there. So it was like definitely organic, and like I said, it wouldn't have been possible without the community. You know, a lot of us were spamming emojis, or at least I know I was, and it definitely took off for sure. So good times. It was fun, very fun. It was a fun time in the VeVe community, and now it's like I said, it's transcended me, man. It's just what the community, it's like represents the community now, and definitely outside of me. I was just happy to be a part of something bigger than me. All right, thank you. That's what I'll do. Says Dave. Yo, Diamond Dave. Do you think SR Spider-Man will drop much further? I feel it's already dropped a fair bit, and I feel we have a lot of strong holders with Spidey. Yeah, I think he's finished dropping, to be honest. I couldn't imagine him dropping any lower, unless there's coordinated FUD, you know, on Spidey. Which you guys know my opinion about that. You know, price manipulation, not a fan. But yeah, I think that Spidey is done dipping. If I had the liquidity, I would definitely pick up a second one right now. No questions asked. If I was a whale doing whale things, I would be excited to see that price right there. Yeah, man, been grinding away, trying to get that #1 spot. You should join the guild, OMI 24/7. I think I'm gonna join. Yeah. I don't think anybody's really offered any guild spots, so I think I'll definitely do that. As far as Epico Regal goes, Kyle, would you sell multiple Jokers, Harley for Todd long term? I think I would. I think I would. I think I'd have to. Yeah, I think I'd have to. I think I'd have to sell. You know, if the market, if I could rewind and repeat when we were at the all-time high in the market, I would definitely do a lot more damage than what I did. I think I was just scared to let go of anything. But I think as we go on, lesson learned, and I would accumulate some of those like big blue chips and not be afraid to let go of some other collectibles. You know, I would too. Yeah, for sure, DW. I 100% agree there. It's hard to beat the value of Todd too, because like first Batman, first, you know, DC NFT, you know, Todd McFarlane, first VeVe NFT. I mean, there's like so much, right? There's a lot of factors that go into that. Yeah, it's just hard to bet against Todd. I think he'll do really well. Let's take a look at these charts here on Cherry. Take a look at daily picks, see what's been happening on the daily single collectibles. All right, so today's price, all new Captain America Vibranium. Today's price, it's 60% change. Not a bad little move there. He bought several of those. Biggest loser. Oh my gosh. Amazing. But this one, that super one everybody got heated about on that secret rare, is like a low edition. It's not like a super big title in real life. It's just super low edition. Has dropped over 77%. Somebody listed it for sale at $850. Nobody's gonna buy it for that. Nobody. Today's price $190. I still don't think people are gonna do that. I mean, I wouldn't. I think that's just a little bit cray-cray. But yeah, I mean, if I'm paying this much for a comic, I'm buying like several Marvel Comics #1. And that's what this, I think this is what they're going to use this liquidity to do exactly that. They'll probably sell this and buy like a bunch of MC1s, like, in my opinion. I've always said that from the beginning too, like, to be careful about people trying to promote like this one for like an exorbitant amount. Anyways, that might not be what some people want to hear, people holding that one, but it's the truth. Thanks for the reply. I would sell them out to high, try to get Todd in the next dip. Yeah, if there is a big next dip, like now, I don't know, like the threat of possible World War III. I don't know if there's going to be another one of those. Like, I mean, there might, but I mean, shoot. I don't know if there's going to be another MTL drop. You know, there could be the Pokemon, you know, the P word, you know, these big brand. We could see a big dip there. But, you know, definitely this drop is definitely a historic one for sure. Let's see what OMI's doing. Just kind of hanging around. Nothing too crazy on the chart. We're coming up 5 minutes from the drop. So stay tuned here, and or maybe not, because it's not like a really big drop anyways. But let's see, him definitely gained. This was a surprise. This is a surprise to me. Went from almost 6 to 8,400. That's interesting. Very interesting on him. What if Vibranium, Daredevil, those two comics went up, it looks like, the ultra rare variants. Ultra rares are pretty cool covers in general anyways. What else here? The DeLorean common. Yeah, that one went up from 87 to 126 after news that it was going to be drivable, but we're still waiting on details. Oh, Joker will pump more because the prices are too low for him. Feels wrong to sell him cheap. Yeah, it does feel wrong. Like if I had one and sold one, it would feel kind of dirty. But because I would at least keep a couple Jokers. So yeah, it would be hard to sell those Jokers for sure. Let's see, Marvel Spotlight number 5 dropped. The ultra rare dropped in price 20%. Those are the biggest changes, I guess, in the app right there. Let's take a look at the weekly. I might buy some IMAX. I don't actually. I have a couple tokens. I don't have a lot. Like it's like nothing. I thought about picking up more, but I just need way more liquidity. Honestly, I'm looking at more on like possibly looking into nodes. I've been looking into nodes. I thought about running them back in the day, in like 2017, 2018. And so I might start looking at nodes again. I don't know. We'll see. I might invest into a node or two, see where that takes me. Passive income type deal, you know. So I'm considering that because, you know, if I'm able to earn monthly from those nodes and invest into like some of these premium NFTs, and use some of that liquidity for other things too, I think that's a big win. And it's smart, right? Daniel Marquez says, I won a Todd but ended with Reso, but when first started, but I'm happy with my choice. Just a little nervous because of the market. Would you list or hold if you had 3-digit mint Reso? Oof. If I had a 3-digit Reso, I'd be keeping that bad boy and considering buying another Reso. Maybe not with a super low mint. Or you could do, you know, list that 3-digit mint for a lot and then try to buy 2 Resos with that liquidity, or try to buy like 3 or 4 Todds with that liquidity. If I had a 3-digit Reso. Hold Daniel, Todd and Reso are kings, but would you sell Reso for 2 Todd? Yeah, that's exactly what I was with Michael Vision. You could almost even a 3-digit might even fetch you 3 or 4 Todds, you know. You might be able to trade for that, or you could potentially just list it for sale in the marketplace for like a big premium. Try to get like, you know, quite a bit from that, and then when Reso or when Todd goes back up, you could flip a couple Todds, get a Reso back, have like a Todd or 2 and a Reso, and there you go. But you know, it's going to take skill for that for sure. All right, shoot, we're a minute out. Let's get it pulled up. Crap. It didn't, the timer's way off for me. 20 seconds for me. Ten, 9. Stream's delayed. Oh gosh, man, my finger was quick on this one. Still didn't get it though. Oh, attempting. I don't. Yeah, no. I was quick on that. I clicked it so fast that it took a second for the thing to even pop up. I almost thought I didn't push the button, and then like 1 second later, the box popped up that said attempting to secure the drop, and then it said allocated to all users. But that one was, I mean, I had that one on lock, that drop, and I still didn't get it. I mean, that was like the fastest. So could be if like a billion different factors, you know, I'm streaming, whatever. I don't know. My luck has been complete doo-doo on these drops lately. There's just so many people on the app now. But I'm going for rebounds. Yeah, that's a good one to go for. Nothing but going for rebound. Yeah. I'm going for drop, but staying here today. Thanks. Hey, appreciate you for staying locked in and tuned in. Much appreciated for sure, fam. Yeah. Appreciate you for staying around, man. We can pull up time.is too, but this is just on my time, you know. We value your more options. I'm gonna reject all that, cuh. Disagree. Can't stop me. There we go. Obviously, I think my stream's delayed by like a hair, so we'll wait for that 4-minute rebound. But I can't believe people were waiting for 44 daggum minutes for the Aston Martin drop. Like, that is so stupid and ridiculous. But that I did do that. I was successful on the Homer drop because I expected it, because it was buggy, you know. So I kept trying, and I got it around 30-40 minutes later. It does blow my mind that people are sticking around that long, though. Like, that is absolutely insanity. R2D2 or Todd, considering what Todd is, and because I'm a Batman fan, I picked Todd. But what do you guys think? Man, I don't know, that R2 is kind of like the Todd of Star Wars and Disney, right? It's kind of like the, well, for sure Star Wars, because it's one of the first. I don't know, that's like, I mean, that's just going to come down to what you want to do. That one's tough. Yeah, that one's really, really tough. But I wouldn't bet against Batman, you know. It's one of the biggest fandoms, like, in the world. All right, 4-minute rebound coming up in less than 30 seconds. Let's go. I like how they do the fractions of a second now. 5, 4. I did it right at 4 this time. Nothing. I'll try one more time. I don't think I've ever got a rebound unless it was a super buggy drop. That's the only time I've ever got a rebound. Very frustrating, man. Very, very frustrating. And I've done rebounds before there's like a billion people in the app, so. Yo, the Audible Collective. Welcome. Yo, what is going on today? Did you get a drop? Did anybody in the chat actually get one? Let me know if in the chat if you actually got a comic. I normally don't stick around unless it's like a super good drop. I'll stick around. Yo, I didn't know we could click that. Look at that. Look at that. It does the milliseconds. That is insane. Like, if I would have known that, I would have been clicking on, I would have been using this right here. That's insane. I didn't know you could click on this clock. That's pretty funny. But on Spider-Man drop, I got 2 at 8, 1 at 4, 24, and I'll keep trying. Laugh out loud, don't give up. Would you sell stuff now to try to get them cheaper after MTL release? I would not risk though. Market can pump with new users. Yeah, that's the difficult thing, right? Is because if the market was normal, which it's not right now, it's like already dipped. Not only because of the economy, but because there was already speculation pre-MTL. And people really didn't know when MTL was going to be, so they just speculated. So there's like a double whammy, and now MTL still hasn't came out yet. And when it does, it's like, how far can this market actually even dip? Like after that, like everything's already like priced in, and if you do sell in speculation that the market's going to dip for MTL, then these new users will have a lot more leverage than the OGs. So it is something to consider, you know, unless you have a high net worth or a lot of gems or you're a whale. But if you're not any of those, that can be very risky play, you know, speculate on getting out due to MTL. And it is a tough call, you know. Sometimes the best thing to do is to not do anything and just wait for the long term, you know. And you know, it is something to consider though, you know, but yeah. Eight-minute rebound, let's go. 8-minute gang, less than 40 seconds away. 30-second mark, here we go. We'll do one more rebound and I think I'm out. Because I got to go get a haircut and got to get ready for the day. Got a lot of stuff to do. Not enough time in the day, to be honest. OMI millionaire. Five seconds. Boom. Let's see. Attempting to secure order reservation. All blah 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 editions have been allocated to all users. Nothing. A big L burger. Yeah, I sleep better if I hold long term and stay chill. Agreed. 100%. 100%. That's all I got for the, I think for the stream. We can just chat now for a minute. Now we can just chit chat. Not have to worry about the drop. Wait on that market to open back up. Oh! What, should I get a tattoo on this side of my arm right here? I got the paws right there. I got the other tat right there. Should I get another? I need to get these biceps big. So when I go to the next convention, I can be shredded like Traps Wellington. That's why people need to join the channel membership so I can get a tat right there. Just boop. If I made $1 million with the NFTs on VeVe or the OMI token, I may consider getting a red circle tattoo. But we need to break. We need to break like. We need to have like 1,000 members on this channel, this YouTube membership. I think there's like only like 8 or 9. It's not a lot, and then I have like a Patreon member or 2. So I actually don't have a lot of members like that are supporting. So it would be cool if we had a lot. Then I could run out and go buy a lot of OMI and then make a mill and then go get a tattoo. And then I would stream it too. Go crazy and stream it. What do you think about Daisy? Donald and Daisy Golden. I'm gonna look it up while I am talking. Let me take a look here. Go back to the collectibles section. I like Donald, man. Donald and Daisy is pretty cool. I think if you're a Disney collector, I think that's perfect. I think it's good. It's slanted down and has dropped down to 1,000 from 2,000, so half of its value. Listings are pretty much the same. This one I would consider scooping up. It's a pretty cool one. I like it. Thanks for streaming. I got nothing at 8. I was right on it though. Got the L. Same. Have a good one, have a good one and good luck. California, those are gang. Are they really? So I guess I would not get that, because definitely don't want to get that, because that is if that is gang related, I definitely do not want to get that tattoo. I got kids and stuff, you know what I mean? I'm a family man. Yeah, that would be no bueno. Okay, so maybe not. So maybe I'll just get like a tiny little V or something, or like, I don't know. I would consider it. I don't know if I'd actually get it. But yes, get a tattoo on the other arm. I would have to like... Yeah. Take care, Kyle. See you on the next stream. You the man. Stay chill and hold them grails. We will make it, says Michael Vision. Hey, man, thank you so much for tuning in. Appreciate that. Yeah, let's hodl to the moon, baby. Wagami, we all gonna make it. All right, that's all I got. I'm gonna tune out and go get this fresh cut. You know, get ready for the day. Work hard, play hard. I'll see you guys later. And as always, be like an NFT, be authentic. I'll see you in the next one and in the next stream. Smash that sub and bell so you don't miss any more streams or videos like this. And smash the thumbs up if you enjoyed this stream. Helps me break through the YouTube algorithm and get seen and shared to other interested people. But with that being said, peace.
Black and white silhouette, Batman out of debt, Mooly money on the jet, whoa. You ain't seen nothing yet. For an NFT, that's a check. And a check, whoa. Let's get it poppin' and I need to data the marketplace shot, so we finna go shopping. I got a vote with a Reso and Todd. They go together like Batman and Robin. I run it up with my bromies, a squad. On me go crazy and nothing can stop it. Look at the charts, we beating them all. Talking to Elon cause we on a rocket. And you know I got a secret red spider. 007 just caught me a glider. USS Enterprise, we going higher. They shut down the city, so we took it cyber. Got a new coupe, man, I ain't no a rider. We roaming the streets, we looking for Slimer. By now, gotta stick with the timer. Cause the VeVe Ecomi, my future look brighter. Reso roulette, black and white silhouette. Batman out of debt, Mooly money on the jet, whoa. Reso roulette, but Superman be a set. Crib can't be my pet, to my alligator to the vet, whoa. Reso roulette, Todd gang, no pet. He locked in like barrettes, only Wells cop a whole set, whoa. Reso roulette, you ain't seen nothing yet. For an NFT, that's a check. And a check, whoa. Black and white silhouette.